Good evening. Thank you for joining us on the 6:30 p.m. newscast on My Media Prime Television. This is the first for this new week. It is coming to you live from Cameroon's economic capital city, Douala, from Gujombange to be precise. For presentation, my name is Macdella, Eyong, Bisong. In line with the senatorial elections, municipal and regional councillors of Nzian Division in the southwest region of Cameroon have also casted their votes yesterday, March 12, 2020. Our reporter Derek Jato tells us that everything went down there hitch-free.
You could see they're already making their arrivals here. 9 councils to participate and regional councillors are expected to cast their vote here. Remember, the Cameroon People's Democratic Movement, the CBDM, is standing here.
Police station A and B are inside here.
One after each, these electorate followed the elections Cameroon led down voting procedures and cast their vote.
As you can see for yourself, the organization of the elections here in Mumbai has gone on smoothly. From the list of voter cards that have been distributed.
With heavy security deployment, the administrative authorities too were also on the watch out. At the end of the day, it was a 100% victory for the Cameroon People's Democratic Movement, the CBDM, Indian Division, Southwest region of Cameroon.
Senators Mbelamuke Charles and Papinato Funderson have been re-elected as senators for Fako constituency yesterday, March 12, 2023. The CPDM party, which was the lone contestant for the polls in Fako, recorded a 100% victory. Kuma Honore tells us more.
The Minister of Secondary Education, Minister Pauline Nalova-Lyonga, who doubles as the interim divisional campaign chair for the CPDM senatorial campaign in Fako division, has urged electorate of the March 12, 2023 senatorial elections to continue to rally behind the head of state, President Paul Biya, so as to keep the flag of the CPDM flying. Minister Pauline Nalova-Lyonga was speaking at the Atlantic Beach Hotel few minutes after the vote counting exercise from the polling station. Minister Pauline Nalova indicated that the 100% vote is an indication that Fako division is a pace setter. She went on to call on all those present to rally behind the head of state so that Fako division will continue to be on the limelight.
And I'm proud of you, the media, because you're all around here and so quiet, carrying out your job in an orderly fashion. I imagine that if something were wrong, there would be a lot of noise, because I know you, the media, would have making noise. But it's been very nice, and I've told some of them in some of the rooms that they're sending a very good message to the youngsters, because they're doing their work well. It is very transparent. You can see what is happening. It's all open, and we hope that things will go on. And we're telling those who are candidates that they have borrowed something for the future of this country. They should keep it up. For you to be where you are, somebody must have taught you. And therefore, they should be happy enough to vote, very happily. It's a civic duty that we like to see people who are involved in it take part in it very well. So we're happy with the example that they give.
The March 12 elections, which took place at Government High School Limbe, had 4 polling centers. The polls were open as early as 8 a.m. and ended at 6 p.m. with the polling stations heavily militarized to prevent any unforeseen circumstances. Speaking to the press during the elections, Elegant board member Dambetiku said he is happy with the conduct of the elections and termed it hitch-free.
About 1,000 votes in the whole region, and we're hoping that here already we have about 209 voters. In Lebialem we have 102 councillors. In other areas I will be not very sure of the statistics there. But I am saying at the end of the day we'll be able to gather all the statistics to share with the media.
At the end of the counting, Both Senator Papinatu Fonderson and Senator Mbela Mokichas recorded a resounding victory. Poll A recorded 60 on 60 votes, Poll B 59 on 59 vote, Poll C 60 on 60 vote, and Poll D 59 on 59 votes, indicating a 100% victory. Both candidates felt elated and thankful to God for a free and fair elections in Fako Division and the Southwest region at large, and promised to deliver the goods for the growth of the Fako population.
Better than I had done before. It is a call to service, and that is why I will always make a promise. Which promise it is that I will serve the people with love and integrity and service to my country. It is a reflection that the Southwest has chosen the right path, a path of peace and a path of stability and continuity.
It is worth mentioning that the CPDM party is the lone political party that took part in the senatorial elections in Fako Division, which saw the party recording a resounding and overwhelming victory.
The March 12, 2023 senatorial elections have been held across the country to determine Cameroon's representative at the upper house of parliament for the next 5 years. But what many do not know is what happens between now and the date of the results proclamation, as our reporter Nolinga reporting on this.
Municipal and regional councillors have gone to the polls this Sunday, March 12, 2023, to elect senators for the third legislative period, which goes for a mandate of 5 years. The elections have taken place through the national territory via indirect suffrage, with the municipal and regional councillors constituting the electoral college. Meanwhile, the regional councillors have also taken part in the exercise for the first time this year, with the electoral college being composed of 11,134 voters. They have casted their votes in the 198 polling stations situated in divisional headquarters across the country. Meanwhile, the voting process consists of verification of the identity of the elector by the local voting commission. The voter presents their voter card and national identity card, and their names are verified on the electoral register. They will then single-handedly pick an envelope and the ballot paper of each of the parties in contest, proceed to the ballot booth where the ballot paper of their choice will be inserted in the envelope and brought out, while letting the local voting commission witness that they have only one envelope they slot into the ballot box as they proceed to sign the electoral register. Meantime, the law has made specific provisions for persons with disabilities or whose nature makes it impossible for them to single-handedly carry out the voting operation. In such cases, they may call for assistance from an elector of their choice who is duly registered on the electoral register of the same polling station. The electoral code specifies that the elector shall not be a candidate or representative of a candidate or party and shall lend assistance only to one person on voting day. Now, about the voting counting process. At the closure of the polls, the ballot box is opened and the number of envelopes verified. Scrutineers proceed by opening an envelope and counting the number of votes per list. During the process, the electoral code indicates that envelopes containing separate ballot papers having marks of signatures or not in conformity with those provided for the election will be considered null. The votes will be tallied on the voting counting sheet next. After tallying, the results from each polling station shall be announced publicly. Meanwhile, the report of each polling stations shall be forwarded in 2 copies to the regional delegation of ELECAM, which will forward a copy to the Regional Supervisory Commission. The commission will then centralize and tally the votes of the region before forwarding their report to the National Commission for final counting of votes situated at the Constitutional Constitutional Council that shall rectify any possible clinical errors. And as to what concerns the election disputes, parties to the election will have 72 hours from the close of the poll to submit petition to the Constitutional Council. The Council, during its public hearings, will ensure compliance with the electoral law. And now the proclamation of results would have to do with the Constitutional Council proclaiming the results of the elections of senators 15 days as of the date of the polls. Following the proclamation of results, the President of the Republic will appoint 30 senators, 3 from each region, making a total of 110 from each region, 7 elected, 3 appointed. The elected will meet in the session as of right at the Senate, where they will be given their attributes.
Meanwhile, the just ended senatorial election have been described by Territorial Administration's Minister Tamnjong Paul and other stakeholders as a peaceful one held in a serene atmosphere. The declaration was made yesterday at the close of polls. As you tell us more from Quinta.
Sunday, March 12, 2023, municipal and regional councillors headed to the polls to vote senators for their third legislative term for a 5-year mandate. As per Decree number 2023/023, signed by President Paul Biya, senatorial elections held in all 58 divisions across Cameroon. In a press conference at the close of the polls, Territorial Administration Minister Eyong Paul indicated that elections took place in a serene atmosphere and heat-free.
Furthermore, the heated electoral campaign that we experience is a sign of the full commitment of Cameroonians in the decentralization policy prescribed by the head of state, Excellency President Paul Biya. Generally, the senatorial election took place this Sunday in a peaceful and serene atmosphere.
While hailing the general conduct of elections, Minat Boss added that more than 3,000 accredited national and international observers were present, a move he believes will give room for credibility.
More than 3,000 national and international observers were accredited by the Ministry of Territorial Administration. They travel across the country, and we hope that they will produce objective reports on the conduct of this election, which in our opinion was free, transparent and credible.
Also speaking at the close of polls was the Director General of Elections Cameroon, Eric Esosi, who at first the elections was held in conformity with legal provisions, citing election material and anti-COVID-19 material were made available in all polling stations to ensure elections are conducted smoothly. In the northwest and southwest regions of Cameroon hit by the over 6-year conflict, residents remained indoors for fear of the unknown after separatist fighters imposed a lockdown. Going by Minister Eyong's outing lauding the voting exercise, which he says went unhitch-free, Cameroonians await proclamation of results by the Constitutional Council in 15 days.
Many thanks to you, Fon Quinta, for compiling that report. Let us take you to the northwest region of Cameroon, where the population of Ndonga-Mantung subdivision in the northwest region of the country have come out in their numbers to thank the president for granting the Kambe Regional Hospital Annex. Eyong reports.
The people of Ndonga-Mantung Division, Northwest Region, were out in their numbers March 10, 2023, expressing gratitude to the head of state, President Paul Biya, for the numerous facilities he has created in their community, most especially for granting the Kambe Regional Hospital Annex. The march parade, which was led by administrative authorities of the division, was characterized by chants in honor of the President of the Republic.
Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to express my joy over these populations who have spontaneously come out to manifest their joy for the seasonal gift which the head of state, His Excellency President Paul Biya, has given them by way of the regional health hospital annex in Kambe. And the populations you will see have come from all the subdivisions. Ako, Mesuje, Moa, Do, and Kambe and even within the neighboring divisions.
This massive mobilization of the population, according to the Member of Parliament for Ndonga Mantung, Ngala Gerard, is proof of the people's satisfaction with the gift from President Paul Biya.
We were motivated by the fact that the President decided to wipe our tears to save lives. We know the difficulty we have been facing, having to go through Kumbu with patients through very difficult conditions. And through a request, the President granted the Kambe Regional Hospital Annex. Nobody could be indifferent to the massive mobilization that happened here today.
The people of Donga Mantung used the occasion to request for new administrative units in their area, particularly the creation of the far northwest region.
Donga Mantung as a whole is an island of peace. When you make your choice, you assume the prices that come with it. Donga Mantung have chosen the path of peace. They have chosen to respect state institutions, and we expect that in return, the state will do much of. That is why, while thanking the head of state today for the regional hospital, we were equally appealing that he grant our appealing that he should grant our wish of the far northwest Savannah region.
To them, the Nkambe Regional Hospital Annex represents a reward to the peace-loving people of Donga Mantung. The event was animated with cultural dance displays by various dance groups from all the subdivisions in the Donga Mantung division.
On our health page, every March 12 is observed as World Glaucoma Day. The health campaign seeks to highlight the importance of early detection so as to help reduce the estimated 111 million cases projected for 2040, especially for those in Africa. Bokengo Nkemiaworthy tells us more in the following report.
Being a group of eye conditions that can cause blindness, glaucoma occurs when the nerve connecting the eye to the brain is damaged, usually due to high eye pressure. Around the world, the eye condition is claimed to be the leading cause of blindness worldwide, with Africa bearing the highest incidence. This, according to experts, is due to thin corneas, larger optic nerves, prevalent diseases like diabetes, hypertension, obesity, aging population and more in the continent. With an estimated 6 million glaucoma sufferers in Africa, data shows Cameroon bears an estimated burden of 5.5% of all these sufferers, with more than half of them already blind from glaucoma and just 1 in 30 being aware of their eye status. According to data from the World Glaucoma Association, low awareness of the disease, late presentation and diagnosis, poor medical facilities, equipment and staff, lack of satisfactory treatment and more are some challenges that account for the increase of the devastating disease in Africa, with Cameroon championing the disease and blindness chart in the continent. With treatment being for life and very expensive, regular eye exam at the hospital, maintaining healthy weight, eating healthy balanced diet, daily physical exercises, controlling underlying diseases like high blood pressure are some ways to help prevent glaucoma, as encouraged by Cameroon's Health Education and Research Organization, HERO, this month of March and all year through.
And back in the country's economic capital city, today marks the opening of a 2-day capacity building workshop aimed at strengthening the knowledge and competence of municipal councillors of Douala 5 municipality under the patronage of its mayor. Julian Dambi has details.
The law of decentralization, law number 2019.
Municipal councillors of the Douala 5 councils have begun taking part in a 2-day capacity building workshop organized by the mayor for Douala 5 municipality.
Oui, la clé de ce matin, comme vous avez suivi dans mon propos.
Yes, the formation that is taking place today is a seminar to reinforce the capacity of municipal councillors of Douala 5 division. We have touched all the difficult areas where our municipal councillors were facing difficulties. You know, it is always good to learn for good results. The first objective is that after the formation, the population of Douala 5 municipality benefits. The workshop, which is to take place from the 13 to 14 of March 2023, is held under the theme Local Elected Officers as a Major Player in the Organization, Operation and Good Management of the Municipality. I am very happy about the seminar to reinforce the councillors of the Douala 5 municipality. It has come to reinforce our competence, and it is also assuming our responsibility. The workshop is coming just a day after these municipal councillors casted their votes for representatives of the Upper House of Assembly senators on March 12, 2023, and so the training has been applauded by the councillors as a timely training and the first of its kind.
This is the first time a workshop like this has been organized in our council, and I think we give credit to our mayor for taking such great steps. We hope that the workshop is going to move smoothly, and we are going to learn a lot from it.
As the councillors look forward to day 2 of the training tomorrow, March 14, 2023, they are reminded they play a key role in the development of their various council areas and so should make good use of the knowledge gotten from the training.
Few days after the celebration of International Women's Day fabric vendors are now crying foul over unsold stock. Catherine Ekongwe went out to the streets, spoke to some seamstresses and came back with the following report.
There is usually a mad rush by several Cameroonian women across the country to purchase the Women's Day fabric, preludes to every 8th March, which is commemorated the International Women's Day. A few days after the D-Day, the purchasing power of this most wanted fabric is reduced. Deborah Ngwa is a seamstress here in the nation's economic capital, as she now compares the market trends.
There are no more sales since there was scarcity, and the little we could make up, we had to really give it at a high price, because first of all the loins were at a price of 10,000, whereas we always buy it at 6,800. So since we also bought it expensive, we had to sell it expensive. But now that the Women's Day is over and we still have some left over, we have really sold on losses.
She adds by saying one of the reasons why the fabrics are still in stock is due to the high prices that were tagged for the fabrics this year.
It starts with the government. They should go back to the same prices that they used to give us, tell us at 6,800, so that we can also give at low prices to the women, so that by the end of the day we'll be able to sell and at least make a profit for ourselves. So we are really pleading that this launch should remain at 6,800. That price of 10,000 is too much, and by the moment we have it, we are struggling to also sell it expensive, but time will cut us short, and at the end of the day it's back in our shops and we have nothing else to do with it.
Meanwhile, another school of thought proposes a specific fabric be used by the women year in, year out. Annabella, another seamstress in Douala, is one who believes in this ideology.
The fabric was too expensive compared to the past, when we thought that it was being sold at 6,800 francs, but now the prices has increased. Most of the women, they were unable to buy the fabric. That is why it's being packed on our side and we are suffering. So we pray and beg to the government also, those at the right quarters, to do something so that they can bring down the prices at the level where each woman, an average woman, will be able to afford for it. And I can also suggest to the right quarters that they can choose a fabric that we can use throughout, not a situation where we can buy a fabric this year, the next year you change, go to this one. I think not all the women can be able to afford for this.
The tailors who have automatically reduced the prices of these fabrics still hope that they sell, if not all, at least more than half of their leftover stock.
Still in line with this price increase of the Women's Day fabric, Cameroonian Bitcoin star Lady Pons has voiced through social media of leading a protest ahead of the 2024 edition of the celebration of the International Women's Day should the price of the Women's Day fabric remain exorbitant. Eileen Sama took interest in this and put together the following report.
Enough is enough. A-list Cameroonian Bikuti musician Lady Pons says concerning the exorbitant increase in the cost price of the Women's Day fabric this year. Rising from 6,500 francs to 10,000 francs CFA, the Bikuti star says if the price does not drop to 3,500 francs in 2024, she will lead a protest calling on all Cameroonian women to boycott the fabric worn by women on March 8, the International Day of the Woman. Lady Pons said it is shameful to put this piece of loincloth at 10,000 francs considering the value of the minimum wage in Cameroon and without any thought for the misery of the rural woman in the country. But what do Cameroonian women think about this protest Lady Pons is planning ahead of next year? Talking to a few in Douala, chief town of the Littoral region, they say,
De mon côté, je pense que elle est sur le bon chemin.
On my part, I think she is on the right track because it is unacceptable that we celebrate an international day for women, but some women are suffering to be able to buy a piece of the International Women's Day fabric to celebrate the event because the price of the loincloth is quite high and we discovered that the fabric is not of good quality to be that expensive. 10,000 francs is too much. Let us give a chance to others to be able to afford the March 8 fabric. 3,500 is a moderate price for all. Even villagers can afford it at that price. I endorse what Lady Pons is planning. I am totally behind Lady Pons.
500, c'est un prix abordable pour tous. Même pour les villageois, ils peuvent s'en procurer, peuvent s'ouvrir ce pain-là. Je suis d'accord avec Lady Pons.
Alice, who is a tailor, also supports the Bikuti Stars initiative.
Si on baisse le prix, au même peut-être à 5,000.
If they reduce the price to at least 5,000 francs so that some women can be able to afford it, that would be great because before, when they talk of March 8, every woman made efforts to get their wrapper, but the fact that the price keeps increasing every year, it is like women are no longer interested in the issue. As you can see, I myself as a tailor, I used to have so many orders, but now every woman is complaining that times are hard and to spend 10,000 francs to buy a piece of wrapper, she prefers to go to the market and buy her ready-made dress. Alice adds that it is very important that the powers that be look into the situation and do something meaningful. Yes, they should reduce the price because if it continues like this, maybe women are so discouraged right now concerning the price. In fact, so many of them. 10,000 francs is just too expensive. The tailor reiterates that also we have people who buy the fabric at 10,000 francs and resell at 13,000 francs or 15,000 francs. So many women are no longer interested. It is important that we look into this price hike and come up with a price that at least even with 2,500 francs or 3,000, one can get half of a piece of loin. Every woman really wants to put on the fabric, but when it is expensive and there is no money, they can't do anything. Thus, Lady Pons has made it public that 4 months to March 8, 2024, she will launch the protest on her Facebook page, calling on all women in Cameroon to boycott the Women's Day fabric if the prices remain exorbitant.
And in sports, matches counting for the 16 and 17 of the Cameroon MTN Elite One Championship went on the way this weekend in Sedia across the national territory. Results of the game will be yours in the following report.
10 games went underway on Saturday and Sunday in Douala, Yaoundé, Garoua in the Cameroon MTN Elite One Championship. Let us begin in the country's economic capital city, Douala, which hosted about 3 of these Elite One fixtures. Defending champions Cotton Sport of Garoua have suffered 6 consecutive defeats for the first time in the history of the club. The Cottonites were beaten by 1-0 by Eyong Academy of Douala on Saturday evening at the Bonamusadi Stadium. Saturday's defeat means Cotton Sport is out of the top 3 in Pool A. The last time this club went more than 6 games without a win was between February 13 to 10th of April 2022, where they recorded 5 draws and 6 defeats, though not consecutive. In the meantime, Aigle Royal of the men who are currently hold the longest active unbeaten run in the Cameroon Elite One Championship, where they have gone 118 days without a defeat. They beat Eding Sport de la Leki on Saturday by 1-0 to now record 4 wins and 5 draws. The last time Aigle suffered a defeat was on November 13, 2022 in a 3-0 loss to PWD of Bamenda. They are now 3rd in Pool A with 21 points. 10-man Astra of Douala recorded a 4-3 win over Dragon of Yaoundé yesterday at the Olembe Annex Stadium. Canon of Yaoundé and Stade Renard of Melong settled for a 2-2 draw at the Bepanda Omnisport Stadium last evening. Union of Douala picked up a 1-0 win over Fauveau Club of Baham. That was the first game played yesterday at the Bepanda Omnisport Stadium. Apejes Onfu recorded a 2-0 hard-fought win over Yafut. UMS beat Renaissance 1-0, same as Fauveau Azul beat Gazelle. AS Fortuna and Yosa, as well as Colombe of Danja and Lobo and Jico FC, settled for a draw in their own encounters.
Thank you all so much for watching. That was it for today's edition of the news, supervised by Lasha Kingsley, produced by Ewane Nolinga, and for presentation, I was Macdella, Eyong, Bisong. Tomorrow is another day. Have a good night.